be all pulling shit, trying to pick up that goal out of town. You know, ooh, goalies. Ooh. Picking up all the rusty stuff. My ass is broke. Poker. And somebody killed him with a poker. That's kind of funny. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna go the back way and sneak in town. Fire route. There's creatures over there. They're a lot tougher, so they knock the little weak flies out in front, so you really gotta be careful. You get them on you, it's all over. I think there's a dragon root out here somewhere. Maybe it spawns later. Maybe. Maybe. There's a rusty axe over here. Fire nettle. Let's save it here. What up, Mr. Piggy? What's going on, bro? Oh, man. Trapped them down there. Look at that view. This is the back way. Skipping the rear. Oh no. Oh, almost died. If you step off of that, you're dead. If you jump, you'll make it. It's kind of weird. I don't understand the jumping in this game, how they figured that, but I guess it's a bug that slipped through, but thank goodness.
I must be crazy. What are you doing here? Did you swim here? That's one way to get past the guards at the city gate.
Hey, Laris, you old scoundrel. How did you get here?
I was able to escape to the Valley of Mines just in time, together with Lee and some of the other boys. You remember Lee, don't you?
Of course I remember Lee.
Of course I remember Lee.
I got out of the colony with him then, just after the barrier was destroyed. He and his boys are now on the farm of Onar, the landowner. He made a deal with the farmer. He and his boys defend the farm, and Onar feeds them in return.
Hey, sounds like a good plan.
I must talk to the paladins.
What do you want from them?
They've got a powerful amulet.
And you think they'll give it to you? You'll never get into the upper end of town.
I'll find a way somehow.
Sure. If you want to ingratiate yourself with the citizens or play errand boy for them.
Do you know why the paladins are here?
Nobody knows for sure. Lots of people think it's because of the orcs. It probably has something to do with the old penal cult.
Tell me more about Lee and his mercenaries.
What do you want to know?
Why aren't you with Lee and his mercenaries?
But I am, just not on the farm. You could say I'm our outpost in the city. We don't want the ship to sail without it.
Tell me more about...
Well, if you're as tough as you were back then, you shouldn't have any problems with them. If you're squeamish, you don't have a chance of joining.
What ship?
It's on the open sea harbor, behind the cliffs. Lee and a few of his people really want to get away from here, but that could take a while.
Why?
You'd better ask Lee about that.
I will.
Can you teach me something?
Sure. I can help you become stronger.
Strength. Here we go.
Teach me some.
Strength, 5 points. And dexterity, 5 points. Man, it's gonna take a lot of freaking. It's gonna take a lot of points to reach strength up. Crap. Huh. Eesh. I got 20. I got 20 points. I think I'll make do for this. Alright. First thing first, let's go get some armor.
Hey, you, wait. You look familiar to me.
Me?
What do you want?
I've seen your face before somewhere, right?
Uh-oh.
Here, we found this picture on some bandits we picked up a few days ago. It looks a lot like you. Apparently, those guys were looking for you.
No, you've got to be
Whatever you say, stranger. But if that happens to be your mug after all, and if you have some problems, keep them outside of this town. Things are difficult enough here as it is. And strangers who bring trouble into the city don't stay here long.
That threat? Sure sounds like a threat. I need to go this way.
It's a bad business.
Yeah, this way. There's a storeroom back here that you can get into, and but you gotta jump up there. It's gonna take me a few tries. Oh. Oof. Aha, got it. Whee! There's a guard over there. You gotta be real quiet. Shh. What we have here? We have level armor. That's what I want. Got 15 torches. Got some mandibles. Over here. What's we got over here? Ooh, we gotta keep those. Those are for potions. Sausages, keep those. We got citizen clothes. We got citizen clothes and citizen clothes. Alright, so we got some stuff. Alright, we gotta get out of here. Oh no! Oh! How did I not die? Oh man! Oh, how did I not die? That was amazing. Leather armor. All right, got some leather armor on. I guess I'll start talking to people.
Will it ever change? What can I do for you?
What do you know about paladins?
Since these bastards have come to the city, I've had nothing but trouble. The last time I was headed for the upper end of town, the guards flat out stopped me and asked me what was my business there.
And?
Of course they let me in. I had my shop in the city when most of those pompous asses were still chasing pigs with wooden swords. And yesterday, the bastards came and confiscated half of my goods.
The paladins seized your goods.
Everything I had stored in the backyard. They simply posted a guard in front of the entrance to the yard.
I might have took your stuff in the backyard.
Can you help me get into the upper quarter?
What? What are you going to do there?
I've got an important message.
Well, well. Have you tried getting past the guards?
I don't see why I should...
You're probably right. I don't know how important your message is, and it's none of my business. But even if you told them that a ship full of orcs just anchored in the harbor, they'd send you away. Because they have their orders.
So can...
It seems to be really important to you. The question is, how important is it to you?
What are you getting at?
I can help you. After all, I'm one of the most influential people here. But it'll cost you.
Of course it does.
What are you asking for your help?
100 gold pieces.
You shark.
Take it easy. It isn't your gold I have in mind.
But...
In principle, it's my gold.
Principle.
Greta, the carpenter's niece, hasn't paid what she owes me in ages. But the little brat is constantly running around in new clothes. That means she has the money. I'd like to beat it out of her.
Ooh.
But Master Thorben, the carpenter, is also a very influential man. Get me the money and I'll help you.
How exactly can you help me?
Quite simple. I'll use my influence to see to it that one of the master craftsmen here takes you on as an apprentice. As such, you'll practically be a citizen of the city and can enter the upper quarter. Besides which, you'll earn something while you're at it.
Where can I find this Greta?
Like I said, she's the carpenter's niece. His house is down the street, the last house on the right before the smithy.
Let's go talk to Bosman the Bower.
Welcome to my shop, stranger. I am Bosper. I craft bows and trade in furs. What brings...
I'm looking for work.
I could use a new apprentice. The last one just gave up his job 2 days ago. Do you know any anything about hunting then?
Well,
I can teach you how to skin animals. I'll pay you well for every skin you bring me.
I want to start as your apprentice.
Before I take you on, I need to know, of course, whether you're any good at all.
What do you want me to do for you?
I will teach you how to skin an animal, and you will bring me, let's say, half a dozen wolf skins. Then I'll know that you have learned your trade. If it doesn't take you forever, and if the skins are in acceptable condition, I will take you on if you like.
Awesome.
Show me your wares.
Show me your wares.
That's the first I've heard of it. But no, this can be better. So why do you think listen to me?
Hey, you're new in town, huh?
Yes, and what about you?
I've come from the mainland, and now I'm hanging around here, but I don't want to do that. I won't be slaughtered by those orcs on the king's back.
Has anything exciting happened?
You could say that. They robbed Bosper the bowmaker. What a brazen thing to do, I tell you. The fellow just ambled into the shop in broad daylight and grabbed himself and Bosper right after him, hollering, "Stop right there, you rogue!" But the thief was too fast.
Huh.
Teach me how to skin animals.
Right. Listen, it's quite easy, really. You take a sharp blade and cut open the animal's belly. Then make a few small incisions on the inside of the legs, and you can peel off the skin. Bring me the wolf skins and we shall see.
I've heard that someone stole from you.
Who told you that? Probably Bartok, huh? Didn't he have anything better to tell you? Oh, well. Let me tell you, if I get hold of this bastard, he can say his prayer. I left the shop for only a moment. When I came back, I could only just see him leave, with my bow on his shoulder. I called the guards right away, but the lowlife ran towards the harbor, and they lost him there. I lit a bonfire under their asses then, and they searched the entire harbor district. But they didn't find a thing. Those bumbling lackey. I bet my bow is still in town somewhere. I informed the guards on both city gates, and they haven't seen anyone leave with my bow. When I get my...
I get my hands on them.
Listen to me.
I'm gonna kick their ass.
That's been known a long time.
Ah, fresh fit. This is not a good time for travelers. Bandits everywhere. No work, and now the farmers have risen up too. What winds have blown you here?
I'm looking for work.
Do you know anything about carpentry?
The only thing I can make out of wood is a fire. Well,
I'm sorry, but I can't use you if you know nothing about my trade. And I have no money to pay for an apprentice.
what if I want to start an apprenticeship with one of the other masters here?
All right, I shall give you my approval. But you had better get yourself the blessing of the gods first. Say, are you a man of faith?
Indeed.
Yes, a most humble servant, Master
Yeah.
Thorben.
Then go to Vatras, the priest of Adanos, and have him give you his blessing. He will tell you where you can find a priest of Innos. You should get his blessing, too. Once you have received the blessing of the gods, I shall vote for you. What do you want?
I'm looking for work.
I could use a new apprentice. Brian will have finished his apprenticeship soon, and then he'll leave the city. Are you good for anything?
If you mean, do I know blacksmith's work?
No, that's not what I'd. Sooner or later, the orcs are going to lay siege to the city. and then the only men who will count will be those who are in a position to defend our city. And I won't take on anyone as an apprentice who will disgrace me by fleeing the city with the women and the buildings, instead of holding the fort here with the men.
I'm not a good-for-nothing.
Good
Those
for
are
nothing.
big words. Can you back them up with big deeds?
What are you getting at?
Bring me an orc's weapon. Orcs have been seen near the city. With a bit of luck, you won't have to search for long. If you manage to bring one down, I'll take you on as an apprentice, provided the other masters agree.
No.
Trees as well as animals, wolves as well as sheep, and last of all, and Adanos was pleased with what had arisen. He delighted in all the beings equally. Adanos be with you.
Who are you?
I am Vaktus, a servant of Adanos, guardian of the divine and earthly equilibrium. What can I do for you?
Here, I've got a letter for you.
For me? Indeed. This is an important message you're bringing me. I wonder how you got hold of this letter.
I got it from Cavalorn, the hunter.
Cavalorn? Where is he?
He told me to tell you he couldn't make it and is headed for the meeting point. Whatever he meant by that.
I see that you have gained Cavalorn's trust. That speaks in your favor.
Tell me about the Ring of Water.
And why would I do that?
Cavalorn sent me to you.
And what did he tell you?
He said you're in dire need of more good people.
Aha. So, you want to join us, son?
Tell me about the Ring of Water.
And why would I do that?
I just told you.
I want to join the Ring of Water.
You do? That means you have already fulfilled the first requirement.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, there must be someone among us to trust you. Otherwise, you wouldn't even know about it. But I know nothing about you at all.
What do you want to know?
Well, you could tell me where you come from and why you have come to the city.
I carry an important message for the leader of the Paladins.
What is this message?
A large army is gathering as we talk, led by dragons and determined to conquer the country.
Dragons? You speak of beings which until now have only been mentioned in legends. How do you know this?
Zardos, the magician, told me. He sent me to warn the Paladins.
The necromancer. So he lives, and he sent you. Who are you really?
I'm a former convict from the penal colony of Khorinis.
Good. Let us summarize. You are a former prisoner who has been told by Zardas, the necromancer, that dragons have come to conquer the country. And you have come to report this to the Paladins. That all sounds rather fantastic, but I cannot perceive that you are lying to me. Therefore, I must assume that your motives are honorable. I want to give you a chance to join the Ring of Water.
What must I do in order to join the ring?
Know that you take on great responsibility by joining the Ring. I do not let just anyone join who comes to us and asks. If you want to join the Ring, you will have to prove that you act like one of us.
And that means...
Before we let a young man join our ranks, he must have done a great deed for the Ring. Only then can I begin to consider letting you help preserve the balance of forces on this island.
So what would be an appropriate deed that might convince you?
Khorinis is facing a great enigma these days. The number of people missing from the town seems to increase almost daily. If you can explain to me what happened to them, you shall have your place within the ring of water. However,
Yes?
you should take your message to the paladins first. I consider it a matter of utmost importance. Talk to Lord Hagen.
But Lord Hagen is not going to receive me.
Yes, he will, no doubt about it, provided you become a member of a powerful community first. The ring has far-reaching connections. We shall assist you in conveying your message as soon as possible. You should talk about this to Laris, whom I trust. He will help you.
I shall do that. About those missing people,
Yes?
where should I start?
Most of those people disappeared down by the harbor. That's probably where you should start your search.
I'm asking your blessing.
Why should I give you my blessing, stranger?
I want to start an apprenticeship with one of the masters in the lower part of town.
Go with the blessing of Adanos, my son.
Where can I find a priest of Innos?
The best thing would be to look around the marketplace. You will find an emissary of the monastery there.
I've got this stone tablet. Can you tell me more about it?
Those are artifacts from the old culture. There are several kinds of them. Some contain information about the history of the ancient people, and that is the kind I am interested in. Bring me all of those that you can find. I shall give you an appropriate reward.
Tell me about...
Since you are not yet a member, but I shall tell you.
Where are the other water mages?
They are exploring the ruins of an old culture northeast of Khorinis. We suspect that those ruins might contain a passage to a part of the island which is as yet uncharted.
What exact...
We stand between the Order of Innos and the chaos of Belly. If one of the two sides should gain the upper hand, it will mean either total loss of freedom or deadly chaos. Therefore, we guard the balance.
Tell me more about that uncharted area.
If you're interested in joining the expedition, I could send you to Satyrus with a letter. You can only participate, of course, as long as you're one of us.
Of course. And what does that mean in concrete terms?
The fall of the barrier has evoked numerous threats. The bandits are probably the most obvious one. Not only has it become all but impossible to travel the island without being attacked, there's someone in town, too, who supports the bandits. We have found out that the bandits receive regular deliveries from a weapons merchant in Khorinis. We try to find such people. If you can find out anything about this, let me know.
Who are the members?
I cannot tip, but you will
About this... How much do you...
ask Martin, the provisions master of the Paladins, about this. He has been tasked with... You can find Martin in the harbor district.
Is there anything that could help me with my search?
You're a very persistent young man. actually can think of something that could make your tasks easier for you. I shall give you this ore amulet. You'll certainly be able to use it. It is an amulet of the searching will-o'-the-wisps. There are only very few of them. It can help you find things that normally elude the naked eye. You summon it by simply wearing the amulet. If it loses its power, or you cannot find it, simply put on the amulet again and it will reappear. The will-o'-the-wisp can detect weapons. It could be very helpful to you in investigating the weapons deliveries to the bandit. Treat it well, and it will never fail you.
Can the will-o'-the-wisp do more than that?
More than look for close combat weapons? Not unless you teach it. I think Riordian knows how to teach these beings. He is one of us, currently traveling with Satras. Perhaps he can tell you more.
Okay.
Thank you.
Wait, if you see Laris, give him this ornament and tell him that it needs to be returned. He'll know what to do with it. Unto it a portion of his divine power, so that it might destroy the land.
What do you want?
I'm looking to become an apprentice.
Really? And with whom are you going to sign up?
I want to sign up with one of the other masters.
You have come to ask? As far as I'm concerned, you can sign up with whoever you...
I want to sign up with you as...
With me? No! I have already had the dubious pleasure once of grappling with an apprentice. I invested several years in his education, and in the end, the poor fool up and poisoned himself. Go sign up with one of the other men.
What will I have to do to become your apprentice?
I couldn't bear yet another dilettante on my conscience. There is a multitude of herbs out there. Used in different variations, they develop the most diverse effects. You probably don't even know half. Here. This is a list of the most important plants. Bring me a plant of each kind, and I might reconsider taking you in as an apprentice.
Cool.
Hey. Vatras sent me. He told me to come to you when I needed help.
So you've already been to see Vatras? You must have made a lasting impression on him. Otherwise, he certainly wouldn't have volunteered my name. Especially not since the matter with those missing people still hasn't been resolved. Tell me what you need.
He never would have thought of that himself.
Vatras gave me this ornament to bring to you. He said it is to be taken back.
Of course. It's up to me, as usual. I might have known. I'll have to walk halfway across the island to take it back to the water mages.
I could take the ornament there for you.
I think I had better take it there myself. But you could come with me. Only, I can't leave here at the moment. I need to keep an eye on the harbor.
Nobody ever asked me. Don't tell me you didn't know that. Those are all just rumors. I never knew that. It's totally obvious.
About those missing people.
Listen to the...
Tell me what you know.
The first was William, one of the fishermen here in Khorinis. One day, he simply didn't return. At first, we thought that one of those sea monsters out there had eaten him in his boat for breakfast. But not too long afterwards, other people started disappearing from the town and the surroundings. Pretty random events, though.
It's a bad business.
Isn't this a
The
case?
militia is pretty useless if you ask me. They're never going to clear this up. The missing people have just vanished into...
Not what I heard.
That's exactly what
I need your help.
And what exactly were you thinking
It's
of?
all just gossip.
I need some money.
Don't we all? Sorry, but I have none to give you. But Lamar, the moneylender, still owes me a favor. Go to him and borrow whatever money you need. I'll take care of the rest. You'll find Lamar in the Harbor District, where it borders on the lower part of town.
As if I didn't have enough money. I'm not telling you anything new. As if I didn't have enough.
Vatras said you could help me join a community.
Getting tired of being the underdog. All right, I see your point. I can exert my influence with the mercenaries if you want to join Lee. And I'm sure we can find a way to get you into the monastery soon. But the easiest thing would certainly be for you to join the militia. Which community do you prefer?
The militia.
Yes, I can imagine you'd like that, eh? Read the law to other people while you're pocketing their purses. The Paladins have set up their provisions store by the harbor. Their provisions master is a good friend of mine. Maybe he can do something for you. His name is Martin.
He never would have thought of that himself.
So what's your business with Vatras?
I've got this little agreement with the water mages, you see.
What kind of an agreement?
We work for them, and they see to it that our past in the penal colony doesn't get us into trouble.
You're talking about the Ring of Water?
You've heard of it? You might have mentioned that right away.
Nobody will learn anything from me.
Tell me more about the Ring of Water.
The ring is to the water mages what the paladins are to the fire magicians. But, unlike the paladins, the ring is a mighty weapon in the battle against the dangers that threaten the people of Khorinis. But this only works as long as we keep the identity of all those secret who belong to the Ring of Water. So keep this to yourself.
Sure. I want to join the Ring of Water.
That's fine with me. But the decision about whether you will be accepted or not lies with the water mages alone.
But no, he insisted he knew better.
What did you...
I protected them for a long time when we were still living with the Barry, and they have plenty of reason to be grateful.
I see.
Will it ever change?
What exactly do you...
I'm doing what we all do. Some of the missing people were fishermen. They disappeared along... That's why I'm standing here, watching the harbor. Maybe something will happen yet. But you could help me. Listen, I shall give you my aquamarine ring. It signifies that the bearer belongs to the Ring of Water. If you wear my ring, the rest of us will know that you're acting on my behalf. Get someone to take over my duties so that I can take the ornament back. One of us is always keeping an eye on the marketplace, but I don't know whose turn it is. You had better go talk to all those standing around there. Once the right man sees my aquamarine ring on you, he will let you know. Tell him to see to it that somebody else takes over here at the harbor.
That will cause more trouble. You hardly know who to believe these days. Why haven't I heard about this before? You hardly know who to believe these days. I could have told you that.
How's it going?
How much do you want?
What do you mean?
I'm the moneylender, and you came to me. What could you want from me? Money, of course.
Nobody wants to.
Let me...
Sure. How much would you like? I charge 20%.
200 gold coins.
That's a lot of money.
money, 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 money. Oh, yeah. It's a little to the sign. That's awesome.
Enos, in his wisdom, did so.
So I need 6 wolf pelts. Right here.
He simply talks too much.
Let's drop my gold.
You don't say. I don't believe that. Now that's typical.
How's business?
When the Paladins came, I first thought that it was good business, but they let Herod make their weapons. And neither Hakon nor I make even 1 gold. Moreover, the farmers no longer supply us with food, and all the prices have gone up. It's only a small consolation that the Paladins are paying my hotel bill.
That's not what
Show me.
I need to sell just a few things so I can get this little bit of gold.
I don't believe that.
There we go.
That's not what
Let's
I
go talk
heard.
to this fool.
What can I do for you? Are you seeking spiritual
It's a
comfort?
bad time.
Do you want to direct a prayer to our Lord Enos? Or donate some gold for his church?
That's not what my husband
Church.
did. These are
I've come to get your blessing.
That's good. That's good. Then you will probably want to donate gold to the Holy Church of Enos, won't you?
Actually, I wanted your blessing so I can sign on as an apprentice in the lower part of town.
But my son,
These are big.
without a modest donation to the church, it is impossible for me to bless you. How else can I be certain of your good intentions toward the Holy Church of Enos?
So, how much does a donation usually run to here?
Well, that depends on what percentage you want to give, son.
It's all day too.
Let me see how much you brought.
If I hadn't seen it lately.
Well, you don't have much, but neither are you poor. 10 gold pieces for Enos. We live modestly. I bless you in the name of Enos, for he is light and righteousness.
And he works all day too. If I hadn't seen him in my own house.
Where do you come?
I come from the monastery of the magicians. We accept everyone there who is pure of heart and feels the desire to serve our almighty Lord Enos.
Got my gold. I can sell the rest of this stuff.
Show me where.
Show me your where.
Hey, not so fast. Strolling about alone out here is dangerous. Where do you come from?
From the city.
Well. Then what are you doing wandering around out here, so far from the protective walls of the city?
What's so dangerous out here?
Many things. I bet you'll be yelling for my help after the next bend in the road.
Just assuming I would fall back on your help. How much would that cost me?
I am merely a humble servant of the king, and would not enjoy fleecing her. But you know, if you put it like that, I wouldn't object to a little financial backing to promote our future business relationship. 10 gold coins should do for stuff.
Yeah.
Why not? Here.
Terrific. If you need my... But please do me a favor. Don't come to me with any trifle.
Huh. Eat trifles. That time. Timing was terrible that time. The timing was way off. King Sorrel. How many arrows do I got? I only got 3 arrows. Boom, 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 boom. I wonder if it spawns after you talk to Valtros. It might. I think it might.
One less monster. So much for you, filthy beast. One less monster.
Got him. I got the experience. Ha ha ha.
Hey! Hey, what's up?
Yeah, as long as the paladins don't have any new assignments for me, I can have myself a couple of beers here. What more could you ask? Yeah, I report to them on the situation in the city. At the moment, everything is quiet.
How are things with you?
No reason to worry. We in the city guard and the paladins have everything under control. Go home and let us do our...
Would you like another beer?
There's nothing better than a cool ale.
You were about to say something about the orcs.
Oh, yeah, right. The orcs are absolutely no threat to the city. They're stuck in the Valley of Mines, and the pass is held by the paladins. Not even a meat bug could get through there.
Hear ye, inhabitants of Khorinis. Martial law is immediately declared in all cities and regions of the realm.
Andre is springing for a few barrels of...
are to hand over their duties to the royal paladins, effective immediately. The Honorable Lord Andre is commanded to punish every crime or act of resistance against the King's guards most severely. Every inhabitant of Khorinis who is guilty